Hello everyone from Texas, Grandpa Hickory. Did you ever have a place when you were younger that was your very, very own? A place that you could get away and just be yourself? A place of solitude? A place where no one could bother you? You could get away, be by yourself and just do what you want to do and be out with nature? Way out in the woods, far away from everyone? Well, this is what I did back in the 1960s. I had a little band and we played. Everyone was always requesting Beatles songs because I had a British accent, so they wanted to hear Beatles songs. So we did a lot of Beatles songs. And there was a song that I started off with a harmonica. It's called There's a Place. And we did this quite a bit. We had a lot of requests for that when we would play at different areas. And we played around Oak Cliff. And but I had a place where I could go when I felt low, when I felt blue. And that's where I would go. And of all names, I named it Monster Valley. Now this was in Oak Cliff, Texas. It was down off of towards Clarendon Street in Oak Cliff. I lived over on Suffolk Street, and I would go down and cross over a barbed wire fence. There was a Catholic girls' home way up to the right, and they owned all that land out back, and it was full of woods. So I would go out there in those woods, and I named it Monster Valley. Because, you know, I was a lad of a boy. And lads of a boys, they have imaginations. And I had an imagination. But any road, I would go out there. I spent many a day in the woods. And, you know, really and truthfully, thinking back now, I'm 72, fixing to be 73. And you know what? Really and truthfully, the Lord was sheltering me and protecting me. My lead guitarist and my drummer, they went into drugs, and they started breaking into drugstores, and they were apprehended and they were sent to prison. So my band busted all up. My bass guitarist, Blue Stark, he was the first one to leave the band. He was a very wonderful person. He was from a very well-to-do family, and he had joined our band. He just loved me. He was a wonderful fellow, and Blue was a precious man, a fellow. He'll always have a place in my heart and in my life. He was excellent. He really was. He was always there, and he was just a precious person. But the other two, my lead guitarist and my drummer, I have nothing but regrets. I wish that I had never ever met them, to be honest with you. My band came to an end, and it was really a sad thing. But any road, getting back to that sanctuary that you had when you were younger, did you have a place where you could go when you felt low, when you felt blue? And you would go out there and you would find comfort just being alone. Out in the coolness of those woods, I used to walk. There was nothing but the sound of the crunching of the leaves underneath my feet. And the birds were singing. And I tell you, it was just wonderful watching the wildlife, the squirrels, the rabbits. An occasional deer would come through. There's a place where I can go when I feel low, when I feel blue. And I called that place Monster Valley. What about you? What was the name of the place where you went? Your sanctuary. You know, really, God protected me from a lot of things, and I'm thankful. And in our lives, the Lord does these things. And I'm thankful that He shielded me in Monster Valley.